to the Professional Credential in Early Childhood Education offered by the Association of Christian Schools International, Nigeria. My name is Dr. Katrina Korb. I'm the Unit Coordinator of Early Childhood Education at the University of Jos and the Chairperson of Early Years Nigeria Initiative. The purpose of this video is to give you an overview of the Professional Credential in Early Childhood Education and to introduce you to the online component of the program that's hosted on Google Classrooms. By enrolling in this credential program, you have joined a community of other early childhood educators who want to learn more about young children's development and how to provide a high-quality early childhood education in line with a Christian worldview. To nurture this community, we would like for you to introduce yourselves virtually. By the end of this video, you should know how to navigate the course materials on Google Classroom. On the main page of Google Classroom, there's a place for you to introduce yourself to your course mates. Please introduce yourself by including your name, where you teach, what you teach, how long you've taught in early childhood education, and something interesting about yourself so that your course mates can know you better. Now we will look at the goals of the Professional Credential in Early Childhood Education. We pray that by the end of this program, you will be a better teacher who is able to more effectively nurture learning and development amongst the children in your care. We believe that a high-quality early childhood education helps both children and the teachers to thrive. When you plan and deliver high-quality lessons, then your pupils learn more. You too will be filled with deep satisfaction and joy, knowing that you have positively impacted the lives of the children under your care. We want to equip you to develop impactful and effective education that transforms both your pupils and yourself more and more into the image of Christ. The key goal for this program is application. Everything we teach, we want you to be able to integrate it into your teaching in your own classrooms. We've tried to design very practical assignments. That might mean that you're required to try something different in your class. You can view them as experiments. Some of these experiments might go well, others might not. Something that might work well for the children in one classroom might not work well for the children in another classroom. Do not be discouraged if something does not work. Keep experimenting, keep trying new things in your classroom and see what improves the learning and the engagement of the children under your care. Find out what works for you personally as a teacher and continually develop yourself as a professional early childhood educator. I believe that as you continue to experiment and try new things, both your life and the lives of the pupil in your classroom will be transformed. Now we will look at the format of the program. This is a hybrid program with both online and in-person components. You will have 50 hours of online learning activities and 90 hours of in-person activities divided over the course of 3 weeks. Now I'm going to give you an overview of how the online portion will work. Each 1 hour of online learning is shared into 3 different parts. You'll have a 20-minute video to watch. You'll have 20 minutes worth of reading to watch. That might include reading an article, browsing a website, or sometimes even viewing another publicly available video. The last 20 minutes will be an assignment where you will respond to a question online. The schedule typically requires 2 hours of online learning every week. That means you'll have 40 total minutes of video, 40 total minutes of reading, and 40 minutes of responding to questions every week. Now, the online week runs from Saturday through Friday evening at midnight, and you'll need to answer those questions by Friday evening at midnight, and that's part of your participation, which we'll look at in just a moment. Some of the questions that you need to answer might require you to try an activity in your classroom. So do not wait until Friday evening to do the readings and watch the video, because that might mean you won't be able to answer the questions. We recommend that you follow this schedule. Watch the videos and do the readings on Saturday and Sunday. Then put what you learn into practice from Monday to Thursday. Then respond to the assignments on Thursday evening. This way, you'll have 24 hours worth of a buffer, just in case you have problems with light or you have problems with the network. That way you can fulfill the assignments on Friday if you have problems answering them on Thursday. Now keep in mind that the deadline for answering the questions is Friday at midnight, and there is a penalty for submitting late, as we'll see in just a moment. All of the online component you can do on your own time. You can watch the videos when you want to watch them. You can do the readings when you want to do the readings. And you can even answer the questions when you want to answer the questions. But keep in mind the Friday at midnight deadline. Now, the requirement for earning the credential in early childhood education is participation and participation only. But note, there are 4 parts to your participation. The first part is a minimum of 80% participation in the online assignments. There are 46 assignments that you will be doing, so you must complete at least 37 of them by midnight on the Friday deadline. There are no excuses. The computer will record what time you submit the assignments, and we will go strictly by the computer records. So again, plan on 2 hours per week for doing the online component of this program. The second part of participation is 80% attendance in the in-person contacts. There are 90 hours of learning activities, so you must participate in at least 72 of those hours. Now, late coming will count against you. If we start at 9 a.m. and you arrive at 9:30 a.m., you've just lost 30 minutes of participation. If you arrive back from lunch break 5 minutes late, you've just lost 5 minutes of your participation time. Our third criteria is 100% participation in the micro-teaching. Now, you'll get more details about the micro-teaching in the in-person context, but I just want to give you a brief overview. Each week-long contact, 4 hours on Friday afternoon, will be dedicated to micro-teaching, and there's a 100% participation requirement for this, so make sure you absolutely plan on participating on Friday afternoons. We will divide you into groups, and you're going to teach a lesson to your peers who will act as the pupils. And you're going to give each other feedback when you're delivering the lessons, what you did well and what you can do to improve. There will also be an online micro-teaching component at the very end of this program. You're going to teach in your class while videoing yourself, and then you're going to share that video to your micro-teaching group, and you're going to offer each other feedback online. The fourth and final part to the participation is to submit your philosophy of Christian education, and you're going to receive more details about that in the Philosophy of Christian Education course. Now, since participation is the main requirement, you need to work around any major events, especially for the online program. For example, if you know that you have an important wedding or a church program scheduled, work around these important events. You can do your online component ahead of time to avoid missing the deadline. There's never a penalty for submitting your assignments early, only a penalty for submitting them late. And we're going to have the online component up at least 2 weeks before you actually have to do it, so you can work ahead based on your own schedule. Now I'm going to introduce you to Google Classrooms. You will need to have a Gmail account to access Google Classrooms. If you do not have a Gmail account, you'll need to sign up for one. And if you've not already, send us your Gmail account, and we will then add you to the Google Classroom. You will receive an email in your Gmail account to join the class, and click on this link and follow where it leads. Once you've joined the class, you will need to access the Google Classrooms regularly. Now here's how to access Google Classrooms. On your device, you're going to open your web browser. Once your browser opens, you're going to type in classroom.google.com and hit enter. Now, when Google Classroom loads, you're going to see a little icon for the Professional Credential in Early Childhood Education. So you're going to click on that, and that's going to take you to the course website. The first page that will always open will be the stream. You'll see 3 tabs here: Stream, Classwork, and People. So the stream page is where we will make announcements. And the first announcement you'll see is the welcome. Welcome to the Professional Credential in Early Childhood Education offered by ACSI Nigeria. please reply to this message to introduce yourself to your course mates. So here below where it says add class comment, you can introduce yourself, add your name, where you teach, what level you teach, how long you've been teaching, and something interesting about yourself. Once you've typed all those details in, then if you see this little airplane, that's our post symbol. So anytime you click that, it's going to post. So click on the post, and then you'll see that your comment is added below. So as your other course mates introduce themselves, you can read who's part of your class through these comments. Now let's take you to the page we'll spend the most time on. That is the classwork page. Now you'll see we have the first 2 weeks worth of content up. We have week 1, Introduction to Early Childhood Education, and week 2, Intro to ECE and Child Development. So we'll start with week 1. Below week 1, we'll see the overview of what we're going to do this week. If you just click on it, it's going to open up. The first paragraph introduces what we're going to do this week, and below you'll see the tasks for the week are listed. Now keep in mind, in the first week, we're only giving you 1 hour worth of content because we know some of you will be getting adjusted to Google Classroom. So there's only 1 hour worth of content. And there are 4 tasks. The first task is to watch the importance of ECE brain growth video. That should take you about 10 minutes. The second task is to watch the Professional Early Childhood Educators video, which also is about 10 minutes. The third task is your reading, to browse the First Thing First website on brain development, and you can do that for about 20 minutes. And then your fourth and final task is to respond to the questions. Now this fourth task is the one where your participation grade will come through. Once you respond to those questions, then your participation for the week is complete. If you scroll it down a little bit further, you'll have some more information. So now let's go to your first task. So we're going to scroll down, and here we'll see task 1, watch the video. Once you click on that, the video will pop up below. So click on the video. And in my browser, a new page opens. And that new page will open to the video. And we'll soon see the video come on screen. And here's the play button. So once you click on that play button, the video will play through. Once you've finished watching the video, you can close that window and it will take you back to our Google Classroom. Then click on Task 2, and this is the second 10-minute video that you will watch in the first week. Once you click on Task 2, the video will eventually come up. Sorry, my internet's a little bit slow right now. So here's the video. You can click on that, and again, the video will come up. You can hit play. Watch the video, and once you're finished, we'll close that window. Now we're on to the third task, which is the reading. So the reading says to browse the following website. You do not have to read it all, but pay attention to what looks interesting to you. And here's the link to the website you're going to browse. So the website will open in a new tab, and here's the website. You can see some text. There's a video you can watch. There's some more text. Again, you don't have to read everything on the website, but just look for what looks interesting to you. There's another video further down. You can click on any links that look interesting. So spend about 20 minutes browsing this website. Once you're finished, you can close the tab, and now we'll be on the fourth and final task, which is to answer the questions. And again, this is your participation. So click on Task 4, and here you're going to click on View Question. So here's the question you're going to answer, and there are 2 parts, Part A and Part B. Part A, what areas of strength do you have as a professional early childhood educator? Part B, what are your areas of weakness as a professional early childhood educator that you would like to improve on? Now note, it can be a little confusing. You're going to type your answer over here. There's class comments below, but that's not what we're looking at. You're going to have to type in your answer, which on my browser looks to the right. So where it says type in your answer, click on that, and then you can type in your answer. Maybe I might say my strength is passion and my weakness is creativity. Now please expand on your answer a little bit more, but I'm just going to type this in quickly so we can move forward with the video. So now once you've typed in your answer, make sure you read it over carefully, because once you turn it in, you can't unturn it in. So read it over carefully, and when you're ready, click on the Turn In button. And this will pop up, Submit Answer. You won't be able to make changes to your answer after you submit. So again, be careful. If you want to make some changes, you can hit Cancel, but once you're confident your answer is finished, click on Turning In. Once you've turned in your answer, it will say Turned In here, and you can read your answers. You can also see what your classmates answered to get some feedback and to learn from your classmates. Here up, you can see your answer. Over here, if you click on this, you will see your classmates' answers. For right now, no one else has submitted the assignment. So now that you've finished this task, you can go back to the class page. Here's our main menu, these 3 lines over here. If you click on that, you'll see our Professional Credential class again. And again, this will take us back to the stream page, the introduction page. But we want to spend most of our time on classwork. So click on the classwork tab. And once you've turned in both of your answers, now keep in mind the first week we only have 1 hour worth of content, so there's only 1 question to answer. Most weeks there will be 2 hours worth of content, so you will have 2 questions to answer. Once it says turned in, as long as you make it by your due date, then you have finished your work for the week. Now when it comes time to do week 2, scroll down and you can see here's our overview. So if you click on the overview, it will explain your tasks. Again, since there's 2 hours in week 2, you will have 7 tasks. Scroll down further and you'll see your task 1, a video, task 2, a video, task 3 is your reading, task 4 is your first answer, so you'll need to submit that. Then task 5 is a video, task 6 is a reading, and then task 7 are the questions. So once you answer both of those questions, as long as you make it by the due date, then your assignment will be complete. So please contact us if you have any questions or need assistance. This online method can be a very powerful way to learn, but it will likely take some getting used to. If you're not used to technology, give yourself a bit of extra time the first few weeks to get used to the online platform. After a few weeks, you will have it down and you'll be able to focus on the content in this credential program, not on navigating Google Classrooms. So again, welcome to the Professional Credential in Early Childhood Education, and we look forward to learning together with you and growing as professional early childhood educators.